Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 4th of December 2018. Just in case you weren't sure, my name is Philip Kingston.
I'm Gary Peer. Phil, it is summer.
We're about to click over to 2019. It's really fitting that we be holding this week's GPTV, which is the first GPTV for summer, in a poolside location, Gary.
It's a summery spot right here, Philip, in Moore Street, and what a home
We'll
it is.
talk more about this in a moment, but
What
sitting
a
at this
home.
Carrara marble bench top overlooking the swimming pool.
What's Carrara marble?
Carrara marbles, Gary, is the form of marble that comes from the region of Carrara in Italy.
Oh, I thought it was where the Brisbane Bears are, because that's the name of the football ground.
Yes, this bench top
Carrara.
came from Brisbane.
Yeah, I thought there's some
You know,
beautiful marble underneath
you
the
really,
ground there.
Each week, you really do confirm to me each week that you are a complete peasant.
And they're not the Brisbane Bears, are they? You're right. How stupid. They're the Lions, of course. How ridiculous. Anyway, they can do anything in Gold Coast. They can even put marble out there.
They can. But Gary, 31's the number.
Yep.
31, what do you think I'm thinking of when I'm thinking about 31?
Days in the month.
Good,
December.
good.
Yep.
December, yeah. Have another crack.
Neckline, maybe? Neckline, 31? Is
Neck,
that your neckline?
neckline. Yours is about 78, but go on. Mine might be closer to 31.
31. Look, I don't know. How far do you want me to go back?
All right, well,
times you were rejected as a single guy. I don't know.
that number is far too low.
That's right.
But you did give it a good shot. No, 31, Gary. 31 auctions until 2018 is finished at Gary Peer and Associates. Not viewers that
We're not
I'm counting
celebrating
it
that,
down, because
no.
I've got plenty of fuel left in the tank.
Bring on more.
I can go hard. In fact, if you want to schedule an auction for one day before Christmas, I'm your man.
Oh, on Christmas, in
Yep.
fact. Right
Yep.
on Christmas we are.
I'll
Sacrilegious, we'll do it.
dress up in a
Yeah.
Santa Claus outfit. I
Exactly.
don't mind.
Well,
Gary,
that doesn't give us good images.
let's just
creepy.
brag for a moment.
Creepy Santa.
Let's brag
Yeah, go
for a
on.
moment, because the industry got smashed, smacked, whacked on the weekend with a 46% clearance rate. In fact, there's some very bad headlines around at the moment, but no one, Gary, no preachers of doom told the team at Gary Peer and Associates, because we just sold 16 out of 23. And if you're watching this with a calculator, that is a 70% clearance rate. Get up the towers.
Get those towers up right there, Phil. Under 50% across the industry. In fact, it might even be a little lower than the figure reported, but 70% is the actual figure at GPA. It was a great weekend. Congratulations to our sellers who had great success with us. Well done to our team who produced some fantastic results, and well done to the buyers who bought from us. Congratulations to them.
Gary, what about this though for a stat? Because we said 31, but there's another reason I said 31, because in our sales meeting yesterday, where we reviewed viewers.
You're not really going to dress up as Santa, are you? I know you're a bit cuddly now.
Do you know, at the Christmas party, I'm thinking of doing it, although, you know, in this new politically correct age, is it appropriate for the boss to be dressed up as Santa, running around asking the staff to give them a hug and a kiss?
The lawyers will be lining up.
No, it's not. But 31, Gary, I mentioned it for two reasons. 31 auctions until the end of the year. But in our sales meeting yesterday, 31 was a very important number, because 31 represented the number of people that put their hand up at our auctions and didn't get a chance to buy. So that's 31 qualified, ready to go buyers that actually performed on the weekend.
There's
That's
a lot
massive.
of buyers out there. So if anyone's got a vision or view that there's no buyers out there, Phil, they're wrong. They are wrong, because our guys are tracking down every street, laneway, alley, avenue.
And climbing ladders, Gary.
They're climbing ladders. They're going to those streets we talked about, those semicircular streets, what they call. They're going in and out around circles. There are buyers out there, viewers, so don't worry. They are on our database, and we've certainly got plenty of people out there looking to buy, as was evidence of the weekend with all of our sales. And by the way, there was a number of other sales that sold before auction and after auction as well. So some people say, well, what becomes of those passed-in auctions, those poor people that couldn't sell? Well, don't worry. Most of those get cleaned up as well. They're not in the stats, by the way, the after-auction sales, but they are happening out there.
So that brings us to another thing that we were talking about off camera, Gary, was what do you reckon the percentage decline in the market has been?
How much has it come down?
Because we're hearing from all of the supposed geniuses, you know, the RP Datas, the Core Logic, the Domain, the REA, everyone supposedly, the keeper of the stats is saying it came down. You know, there was an article in yesterday's...
Tom Waterhouse, Graham Samperi.
There was an article yesterday in the Financial Review which said prices in Sydney are down another 4.7%.
Like, that was so high anyway. Who cares? It's not billions of dollars.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about who's the genius that's sitting there saying, "Oh, the market came down 4.7%." Like,
Well,
that is, pardon my French, I'm going to use a French word.
Right.
That is the biggest load of bullshit I can imagine.
And I hope we've beeped that out, because the REIV doesn't like us saying bullshit. Beeped again on camera.
What percentage do you think? Because we're at the coalface, Gary. We are at the coalface, dealing with buyers from $350,000 all the way up to $10 million. What do you reckon it's come down by?
Look, I think the range of what it's come
give
down
me
from.
a best shot.
And just bear in mind, I just want to preface this by saying some things. I mean, we sold a property in Brighton, in East Brighton, in Rogers Avenue on the weekend.
Yes.
And I just asked Leon, I said, how much did that sell for last time? It sold 4.5 years ago for $599,000.
Why are you pointing out there as though Leon's out there? It's not out there.
What's wrong with your eyesight?
I don't know what the point was.
Leon, no, he's in Bentley. He's in that direction, Philip, in that southeast. Yes. But I asked about Rogers Avenue. We just sold it for $670, and they bought it 4.5 years ago for $599.5 or $600,000, call it.
Yeah.
So not everything's come back.
Yes.
They've come, but I think off the high, Philip, it's between 5 and as much as 15% off the high.
That is the softest.
Apply every property.
I think our viewers watch this show for a little bit more.
Einstein over here. He can tell you, the empirical evidence is that 7.6% in Caulfield. What are you going to talk about?
That's actually quite good. You should do an auction in that.
I will.
But I think
I'll be need to do a lot more auctions.
I think that's very soft
lost your mind.
Go between 5 and 15%.
That is the range.
Just soft.
Okay, so what's your great Einstein view?
No, I'm going to go that the market's down pretty much across the board by 10%, and in some spots as much as 15%.
And
so
20,
there's no 5
and
to
20. We've seen 20,
but I think it's 10 to 15% is pretty much where it is.
Okay, so
do you see a further softening?
I don't actually. I don't, and it's funny because I read. I read sometimes.
You read the truth.
Sometimes I don't read the truth. Sadly,
you read the Herald Sun, don't you, Gary?
No, I do, and sometimes I turn around from the back page and go into the non-sporting
Not
section.
that there's anything wrong with the Herald Sun. I read it daily because it is the paper of the masses.
And Andrew Bolt's in the Herald Sun as well. Don't forget
I
that.
think the Herald Sun's got some very good sections. It has some very good commentators.
I think so
and
too.
it's also owned by, of course, Rupert Murdoch, who's a personal friend of mine.
Kissing his backside, aren't you? He really. One day we'll get him on the show. We'll get a comment from him sometime.
Do you know what? Sure, just for the record, viewers, me and my family had a very lovely interaction with him in his head office a few years ago. He did give us.
Oh yeah, you saw him walk out of a lift and you actually sabotaged him. He actually thought you were terrorists. Sorry, you and your Kingston family. He wanted to get out of the lift and he couldn't move left or right.
60 seconds of his
because he couldn't move.
No, you think about this.
Because he has claustrophobia.
Rupert Murdoch gave us 60 seconds. Work out that though. That's like him, because work out his hourly rate's like $10 million.
Yeah, that's right.
This guy gave us about $5 million.
About $5
million.
And I bet you he regrets it too. Anyway, once you let him out of the lift.
I never really thought about that. That 60 seconds was very valuable.
You never thought about it. He thought about it even less. It's come down, let's say around 10%.
Yeah.
Let's just say, put a circle around that. But some things have gone better than others.
Yes.
Some things have gone down as much as 20%, Philip, depending on the type of thing. And again, those vendors that have paid a massive premium last year and wanted to get out quickly, some of those have actually found that they've been more than that. Put a circle around 10%.
Can I put the sensible spin on this though? This is
it's not going to be sensible.
No, this is about the first intelligent thing I've said
ever,
definitely on the show for a while. This is normal. This is a normal cyclical readjustment. Viewers, property markets, like equity markets, like anything, they just don't go up every year by 10 or 15% forever. They go up strongly, they have a correction, they pause, they plateau, then they go up again.
And we're also talking about it coming off its high. And what a high it was.
Correct.
It really was a massive high that was unsustainable in some ways.
This is normal. This is a normal correction. And I think, viewers, there's absolutely nothing to worry about because we have low interest rates, we have full employment, and we have rising immigration into this country, which mean all the fundamentals mean that property in the medium to long term, which is the way you should always look at a property investment, is about as good an investment as it gets.
Now, I've been quoted, Philip, in Domain.
I
am a commentator, Philip.
Yes,
it wasn't about the ride that Michael Poy had on my horse on Saturday in Yarra Glen. It wasn't
did
about
you have
that.
another runner?
I did. Yeah, I had a Coutinho.
How'd that one go? How'd that one go?
Watch for it next time. Coutinho. Yeah, next time. Coutinho next start. Anyway, that's another story, Phil, because I did leave a bit of money in the bag, the bookie bag on Saturday. But I was quoted.
The bookie
bag, yeah. But I was quoted in saying that I think next year the clearance rates will be better.
Yes.
Because I think firstly vendors will come to terms with the prices, which you can't can't blame them for finding it hard because you know it was only 6 months earlier that was sold for $2 million. Why shouldn't I get $2 million? Why should I take 1.8? Now there's all these sales at 1.8. Vendors going to say, well, okay, it's 1.8.
Right, okay.
So I think the clearance rates will actually.
So you're quoting an article in Domain, right?
No, my comment.
And you're quoting your comment in the Domain.
Yeah.
So the Domain.
I was reading.
Domain
I was
is there
reading the
to
Domain,
give,
and I saw this comment and quote from this commentator, and it happened to be me.
And then you realised it was you.
And I thought I'd better repeat it in case I missed it. Anyway, that's a little bit about that. But I think we're going to have a good year next year. I think prices will consolidate.
This goes to show the absurdity of this show, where we come on quoting articles where we were the commentators.
Right, that's what we're going to do. I think we should do that more often. I think it should be about that.
Stupid.
So we move on to some of our results.
Yeah.
Phil, let's talk about the auction results from the weekend because there were some good ones. There were some competitive auctions, Philip, in Wellington Street. Jeremy Rosens met with Jared Martin, and when those two happened, magic happens. Yep.
Forgot to say this in the sales meeting yesterday, so I've got to pick it up. Viewers, I just watched the documentary about the Gatwick. And
yes,
it's on
I saw
viewers.
it too.
It's on the ABC.
I saw it too.
Use
With
your
the two sisters.
use your eye view
It was
to
a wonderful
watch
story.
I was crying the whole way through. It's
story.
about 60 minutes, and it's a bit of social commentary. It's a bit of history.
You were crying because you didn't get to sell the block?
No. I was crying because these two women have dedicated their lives to the under to really
Rose Banks.
Rose and her sister. I can't remember. But these two people devoted their lives to the real underbelly of society that most of us don't want to think about or don't want to know about. And a shout out to
befriends them.
Shout out to those two sisters. An incredible story. And if you watch one show other than GPTV, watch GPTV first because we're giving you all this information.
Not only,
but watch it. If you don't have iView on your iPad or iPhone, download it. Because it's the most beautiful story.
On Facebook, by the way, as well, because I saw it on Facebook and I thought it was a wonderful story. And of course, I remember those women, those wonderful women from when I was working in Ackland Street in the 80s, because they've always been interested in property and they've always been just interesting people. Interesting people.
Yeah.
So there
Beautiful
you go.
Story.
Well done, then.
So
well done
what did I just interrupt with that?
I don't know.
Okay, let's get
idea.
back on
Talking
track.
about commentary, the truth, the age,
Let's talk about the weekend that was, Gary. We've already talked about
I think you're
70%
thinking
clearance.
About Wellington Street, and you just remind me and
Maybe,
Fitzroy Street.
because Fitzroy Street is the
close
extension
by.
of Wellington Street.
Philip, we thought we'd get around 700, maybe somewhere in the low mid-6s or even 700. We were hoping to get that sort of result. $770,000, competitive auction.
So
Jeremy Rosens,
was it on the market?
Yeah, on the market.
Sold for how much over the reserve?
The reserve was given to us on the day, Philip, at 700, which is right on top of our range. But it sold for $770,000.
So sold for 10% over the reserve. So there you go.
So it is happening.
It's not all doom and gloom, is it?
It is happening indeed, and many bidders for that. So well done to Jared and Jeremy. Phil, I had the competitive auction in Rogers Avenue.
Yep.
The one
Rogers.
I was talking about.
Yes.
Rogers. Sold for $670. And
you're Roger. Roger
the
that buyer.
Hey, Roger the seller. Roger the buyer.
Roger
that's
the
terrible.
buyer.
It's a bad, actually.
It's
crude,
taste.
isn't it?
But anyway, you Roger the buyer.
No, but Roger, that's the confirmation, like on the CB radio. Roger that one, like a big 10-4 Roger.
Yep.
Anyway, Rogers Avenue, Phil, 2A Rogers Avenue. Sold for six. All the Rogers in the world. Hey, we've got a vendor called Roger.
We've got a cousin called Roger.
Yeah, we've got a vendor called Roger too.
Roger.
Bickham's Court.
Roger the Dodger.
And we said, no, he's not a Dodger. He's a great bloke. But there was a bit of a Roger Dodger thing going around. 2A Rogers Avenue, Philip, sold for $670. Bought 4.5 years ago for $599.5.
Yep.
There is evidence of an increase of approximately 12%.
Yes,
and they didn't do anything to it.
Across 4 years.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with the
they're
profit.
talking about, everything's going down. And some of those newer properties, they don't go up that much, Phil.
No,
this was a newer property.
True.
So well done to those vendors and the buyer alike. Lovely
Excellent.
people. 108 Bamborough Road, Philip. I've got a big note here, reserve 1.295. It sounds like that's good value.
Gary, that is exceptional
Did you want to
value
talk about
because
that?
it's a period home that is in very, very livable condition. Needs an upgrade, no question, but you're really, if you think about that, almost 600 square metres of land.
That's a buy.
That is an absolute
It's a
screaming good
buy, isn't it? I was just thinking about the same word while you said it. Philip, in Bamborough Road, I did have the pleasure of auctioning an apartment 5 at 34 Bamborough Road.
Tell us about this because we had 6 bidders on that.
6 bidders, 6 buyers there. It was very competitive, Philip.
Were they all first home
chocolates,
buyers, do you think?
There was a number of the person who bought it was missed out on something in Edith Street. I don't know, was that our sale or something? Anyway, they missed out on Edith Street and they were so happy they did because then they came and bought this. Anyway, $670,000, a very competitive auction, Philip.
Good building. That's on the corner of Estdale Road and obviously a hop,
plan.
skip and a jump to the tram in Balaclava Road, the train station, the Caulfield train station,
the Glass House,
Caulfield Park,
and the Tabaret,
and
the racecourse, and the train. Phil, we thought we might get interest in the sort of mid to high fives on that. Sold it for 670, very competitive.
Good result.
Like first two bids were sort of on the market, not the rent. So well done to the vendor and to the buyers there who competed. And people like established apartments, Phil.
They do.
They like them.
70s building, 60s or 70s
Yep.
building, beautifully built, solid as the proverbial rock.
Phil, it's supposed to go to auction this weekend, but it's not going to. That's 9 Bickham's Court. It's a great property.
Well, speaking of Roger.
That's what I said.
Speaking of
I
Roger.
said our vendor was Roger. Yeah, he's got in for you now after you've Rogered him and Roger this and Roger Dodger. You reckon he's going to never talk to us again? Lucky he's only got the one house.
What a great house.
He's a great Roger.
And what a great vendor he was and still is, of course. He's just not a vendor anymore. He's a past seller. But the most stunning home, Gary. We just love that house.
What's the video tour with you? Who do you think you are? I think you're Marilyn Monroe or something lying on the...
Truthfully.
Scary.
And we'll put up a quick scene of that, just like 3 seconds.
That's on now.
But there was talk about whether I should have done that final scene naked.
Oh, God forbid. I don't know who would have talked about it.
I'm telling you, that would have gone viral, wouldn't it?
Oh, would have been the end of our business.
And the poor vendor's woolen thing there.
He would have just thrown it straight in the bin. Forget about dry cleaning. There's no coming back.
I'm thinking, Gary, about putting out a calendar next year.
Good on you.
With shots like that.
Yeah, well, you can do that.
Viewers, some feedback, ideas at garypeer.com.au. Do you want your agents to put out a calendar?
That person will come back who watched a few weeks ago and said, really? And she'll be back again with a finger in her throat.
She doesn't like us.
No, she doesn't like
her name was.
No, well, that's exactly right.
Fair enough too.
Anyway, Julie in the bath doesn't mind though. Yep. She's okay with it. Phil, let's move on.
Julie in the bath. Is that her name from now on? When you see her socially, do you go, Julie in the bath?
We've got Jenny in the block and Jenny in the Lopez, and she's Julie in the bath. She's still Julie in the bath. Let's talk about the 19 auctions. We've got over 10 suburbs, Phil. We can't wait till the weekend.
Let's get into it, Gary.
We can't. We're going to be starting off on Thursday night. We're going to be in Kent Grove, Phil, and that is a great street. I love Kent Grove. In fact, Kent Grove in Caulfield is higher on the Monopoly board than Kent Grove, Old Kent Grove in Monopoly, because that was a middle sort of... This is right at the top, Gary, closer to Park Lane and Mayfair. I'm rambling. Go on, take
Gary, I love the fact this is also on Thursday evening. Viewers, we'll have the coffee van, we'll have some champagne. Come along, Twilight Auction, which we do so much in the springtime, or at least we wish we were doing more of it. 7 o'clock Thursday night. This is a fabulous home, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, a magnificent parcel of land with a home that you can move straight into or further improve.
You've actually got a very light load of auctions this weekend. I got one on Sunday. Can you believe that? Yeah,
really?
Yeah, I think you're a bit on the nose.
I might not even. If I've only got one, there's no point in me showing up.
Well, you can let the vendor know that of 8 Royal Parade. I'm sure they'll be delighted to hear that. But Phil, we've got a busy Saturday. We're going to get you out on Saturday. We've got triple auction action at 10:30. We're starting off in Alder Street.
Yes.
And I'm going to be the auctioneer for this, and I'm excited to meet Leon Gazenfitter, and this is popular.
My question is, why is it Alder, not Alder? A-L-D-E-R.
Well, depends on what side. If you're from Cootamundra, it's a different spelling.
Gary, this is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, in immaculate condition throughout, and great location there. Love all those streets that come off Glen Huntly Road, Caulfield South.
You're going to be horrified because I think we may have at one stage owned this property.
I think we did.
I'm not sure if this was the number, but we're talking
about
sell
for?
15.9 Hudson Street, Caulfield North. Apartment in a block which I pleaded with you not to sell all those years ago. We opened our business, but we had to.
So viewers, lovely stories of this. What's the quote range here, Gary?
250 to 270 is the range.
So viewers, in 1984, Gary and I bought 2 apartments in Hudson Street at number 9, and we think number 15 was one of them. And we were geniuses at the time because we bought both of these apartments, I think, for
$35,000, I think, or $37,000.
Yeah, $37,000 for both. So that's called $18,500 each. Now, we were very, very clever because we on-sold them very quickly for $26,000 and thought we were geniuses.
It wasn't 26.
I think it was,
21,
Gary. No, it wasn't.
I needed the money, I remember.
The facts get in the way of a good
You
story.
had your calendar going. You didn't need the money like I did.
What's the difference? But, you know, there it is, 1984. We bought 2 apartments that are now worth $500,000. Anyway,
we got out for 35.
We sold them, geniuses that we are. But I love this building.
Now we have to face each other and work every day.
That's right. We do have strong sentimental attachment to this building because it was our first purchase.
It was good enough for us, so hopefully if you're looking for a buy...
Having said that, I've got to tell you, if you look at the interior of this, it does not resemble the ones that we had because we were absolute slum landlords.
And proud of it at that time.
But anyway, come along to that, even if it's just to see what our first piece of real estate looked like and what a great tragedy we do not own it still.
Set us on our way, so may it do the same for you. Philip, North Road, Ormond, Elsa.
Yes.
The Magnificent is meeting up with Simon Radolnik. It might be sold for auction.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, Gary. A brand newish building, a good building, and certainly a great location with the shopping centre and the train station without the train station boom gates anymore. So good on you, Dan Andrews. You removed the level crossing.
Dan's
I
the
reckon
man.
that was a master stroke from a political point of view, because if you think about the money that went to remove those level crossings, probably it was disproportionate. But every time somebody crosses those, they go, "Oh yeah, Dan Andrews, he gets things done."
That's true.
So brilliant politically.
It was brilliant. And not only that, but I've got to say, when I went to the polling booths, Phil, and I met the representative, I can't remember her name, but a lovely lady, Serena Grosso, I can't remember her name. Anyway, I met her.
Is she now the member for Caulfield yet?
I don't know.
Because
that's
it's
the other
still
thing. 300 votes or something.
Who can believe that David Southwick is still up in the air as to whether he's the local member.
85% counted.
And I just want to say one thing, Gary, and this is not me tagging my political thought process, but whether he wins it or he loses it, he was a fantastic
He's
local
been a
member.
great contributor, that's for sure, to the community.
Passionate and involved.
He is an awesome guy. But for when I got to the polling booths, she came straight up to me and she said, "Oh, isn't that enough? With all of the boom, this one, we're going to get rid of this one on Nearham Road.
Yeah.
And she must know. She knows, right?
Yeah.
That everybody hates sitting ding 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 ding, just waiting at that line. So she's just gone straight to the heart of something visible, tangible, something that annoys people, and said, "Isn't it great?" So smart politicians.
The question is, does it really make a difference, or is it just?
Well, that's going to make life easier.
Brilliant political tactics.
Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, there'll be more cars on the road, you won't be able to move anyway. But it was brilliant, for sure.
They just get jammed at the lights because there's so many cars.
Exactly
on the road.
right. And there's 30. There's speed humps and 30 everywhere.
Very clever.
1 at 138 Bamber Road, Phil. 11:30. Let's.
Gary, love this property because it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. In fact, it's as many as 4 bedrooms, and it is just a wonderful, wonderful.
If
property.
I said that we auctioned something last week in Shirley Grove, you wouldn't believe we could do it again, could you?
Surely you couldn't be serious.
Surely I am.
Another one, Gary.
We're back there at 11:30. Leo Samuel back in his stomping ground in Eastern Kilda.
How much do I love that building? It's like the magic pudding for us, Gary. It's a building that just keeps on giving. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and it is the loveliest of developments.
Phil, we've got triple auction action at 12:30. You are going to be in Elizabeth Street in this time, not in Elswick, but in Bentley Edge.
4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage. It's brand new brilliance, and it is one of the best town residences you will see on the market. And congratulations to the developers there who've done so well.
They do a great job. There's no question. If you want to see a quality development, come to that one. Philip, Jeremy Rosens could probably conduct this auction just from his boardroom or his office. He doesn't even need to step a foot out because this is in the building where his office is situated.
Gary, and what a great apartment this is. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 security car space. And I've got to tell you, Gary, Grieve Street is it's being reinvented, it's being gentrified. The reality is it's not the seedy Grieve Street it used to be.
No.
And I've got to tell you, purists like you and me, who look at St Kilda and what it was, it's becoming so gentrified, which is not a bad thing, but I kind of liked the grittiness that has been lost.
But there's such, it'll never be gone.
Progress, Gary.
It'll never be gone altogether.
Well, you don't know. The
Always
Gatwick's
be
gone. The prostitutes are moving out. The drug dealers are moving out.
Oslo's gone on the way to being the block. I'm not sure either. We'll have to check out what's going on around your house. 3 at 69 Normanby Road, Philip. At 12:30, we are going to be in Caulfield North. 2
bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and that is a great development in a great location, walking distance to everywhere you want to be.
2 at 7 Coringa Road, Carnegie. I think that might
Do you
be
reckon I'll get sued for that one day? So I'm saying walking distance to everywhere you want to be, and somebody's going to come and say, you know what?
Well, I want to be the Champs-Elysees.
I was going to say
I want to be in New York.
And there'll be a court action.
Exactly right.
Misleading and deceptive conduct. I wanted to be in the Champs-Elysees, and
you said I could walk, and I've been walking around now for 8 months, and I haven't even seen one baguette. Exactly right.
Baguette.
Yeah,
good idea.
You know what that is? That's the French roll, Phil. That's the French roll.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Gary.
That's all right. I'm educating him all the time. It gets tedious, really.
14 at 36 Warnock Road, Carnegie. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space.
and that one Leo Samuel is auctioning again at a very affordable price. So that brings down the curtain on Saturday at 2:30, Philip. We start off on Sunday morning with double auction action at 10:30. I'm going to be out there doing the thing. I'm going to be there with Leo Samuel. Well, he's going to be there, and I'm going to be at another auction. He's in Beresford Street. Take us through this.
Well,
Gary,
great property. How much do we love Beresford Street?
Fantastic.
Because it's just brilliantly
Nothing
located.
comes up there ever.
And this is the coolest of buildings, a great 70s building that's been beautifully refurbished. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and it's got a lock-up garage. So this is something for everybody.
Yeah, it's been very popular
Only
too.
a small building too, Gary.
Absolutely. I'm going to be starting off on Sunday morning, Phil, at 10:30 in Centre Road, in the centre of the action.
Yes.
Meeting Leon Guzenfeder for what this property's been very popular.
2 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, a car space, great entertaining areas. It's got a courtyard garden. That is really good real estate.
Triple auction action at 11:30. Your only auction for the day, I might say, Phil. You're going to have a nice cup of coffee in the morning and lunch in the afternoon.
Yes,
if you want
how lovely will that be?
It'll be very lovely for you. 6 at 354 Dandenong Road is not one of your auctions. Jeremy Rosen's auction. This one for Leon.
Gary, what a great property that is. 2-storey, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. And a car space, nice and secure. You've got some courtyard garden there. It's light, it's bright, it's brand new, and it's fabulous.
And hey, this property in Paran Grove, Philip, is coming to the market a second time, and some people might think that's a negative. It's actually a positive because it's been completely repriced now. So it's a whole new ball game. It's between $680 and $750, Phil. That's got to be a good buy for this property.
Well, I'm sure it is, and it's a brilliant retro pad, Gary, a retro pad.
Yeah, I like a retro
2
pad.
bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a carport. You've got a courtyard garden there. It's in original but immaculate condition. What a great entry into the market that is.
Phil, you're going to be at 8 Royal Parade conducting this auction, and you could just about dedicate your whole day for this home because what a beautiful home it is.
Gary, it is beautiful. 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and this is really, you can move straight into this. Royal Parade is a fantastic location. It's as pretty as a picture, Gary. Love that real estate.
Phil, 12:30, I'm doing my third auction for the day in Kilburn Grove, or Kilburn Street. Very excited about this. What a great street. What a beautiful looking home.
Gary, this should be popular. It's 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. It's really, if you think about it, Kilburn is one of the best addresses of that location. And this is, it's what everybody looks for. It's so livable today, and yet you could, subject to council approval, build on, build up, build out.
Somewhere in the low ones will buy that, Phil, and that's a great opportunity, I reckon. Also, somewhere in the low ones, similar price guide, Phil, we've got this property in Newland Street that's been impeccably presented and beautifully recreated.
Gary, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, plenty of courtyard gardens, lots of land, lots to love there, and we do love that era.
No question about it, and we're looking forward to that one. Doing that one with Ian Reid, Philip, together with Ian Reid.
Yes, we are.
And good to work with them, and that one Glenn Bricker I know has been very excited about. Now, we get to the property of the week, Philip. We are sitting here in the most summary of summer
with our
properties,
hands
Phil.
on this gorgeous cold
that came from the Gold Coast,
marble.
Came from the Brisbane Bears.
Little thing, Gary. Speaking of cold, read an article on Sunday in Sunday's Age. About fire. It was an article called Fire and Ice, about how having a cold shower at the end of your shower is good for you.
Really?
And I'm 2 days.
I couldn't think of anything worse.
2 days into that, it is the most bracing, incredible experience. And I talk about that when I talk about 30 Moore Street, because if you buy this home, you can put your hands on the cold Carrara marble, then jump into the swimming pool if you want to refresh yourself. This is the most.
I can't even begin to lingle that up.
The most incredible property. A shout out to Ryan and Amanda, a builder's couple. This is their own home, Gary. They have gone above and beyond here. It's 4 or 5 bedrooms, 4 luxurious bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, the most magnificent swimming pool, and the view as we sit here from the Kitchen Meals family room over the back garden with its alfresco undercover barbecue area, complete with its strip heaters. It's incredible. They have that. In fact, they haven't cut one corner.
I've got to say, I I almost got sick of hearing about this. I go, oh, keep hearing more street, more. And you know, I thought, what's all the fuss about?
Yeah.
Right? How much can you go on about one house in all of our? But now I'm here, I get it. This
It
really
is
is
unbelievable.
the most beautiful home.
And
it's got a
Gary,
great facade. You'd never know what's behind that
No.
facade, would you?
What more could you possibly want than this house?
This is a done deal, Philip. If
It
you're
is
looking for something
incredible.
luxury, this is incredible. Come to the auction. The details of the auction are on the screen now, and we look forward to
Well,
be one of our best.
Come to the Open.
Yeah, come to the Open this weekend.
Come and
Last
buy
chance.
it, because I've
Yeah,
got to
do
tell
that
you,
too.
you won't. I can't imagine another house like this will come on the market in 2019.
Phil, this one goes off on Sunday week. And it's going
Goes
to be
off.
at 1:30 p.m. and it's never going to go off, but you're going to go off at the auction, spruiking the fantastic benefits of this home.
Might not make it to auction, Gary. It may
Never
well
know.
be snapped up
It could have,
before
and that's
auction.
what buyers have to look out for now,
Yes.
because a lot of people are wrapping up their end of year purchases, Philip,
Yep.
right now.
Yep.
What's a big wrap on GPTV? So much going on in the market, and there's still a lot of positivity. I mean, we know prices have come off. We've talked about how much they've come
It's
off.
a buyer's opportunity. You either
and-
take advantage of it or you wait for prices to go back up.
Well, that's what we said last week.
Yep.
Buy now. What are you waiting for?
Yes.
And I still believe that to be the case. But a lot of buyers didn't wait at our auctions, Philip. They were jumping in
No.
with a 70% clearance rate, which is the big highlight
done,
of the week.
team.
Well done to all those. And thank you for viewing GPTV. We've got another edition or two, I think, before we call it a wrap.
I reckon we've got at least another one in us, Gary.
Exactly right. I think Phil might be getting out his Santa outfit. You never know what he'll turn up in next week. But that's a big wrap on GPTV for this summer, first summer edition. We'll see you next week. I'm Gary Pearce.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a fabulous first week of summer.